Greetings, Moonlight citizens. This is episode 90 of the Moonlight Kingdom podcast. Enjoy in 3, 2, 1.
Like, I think before that era, it was still experimental Marvel. It was still like Marvel that's trying not to take themselves too seriously. But nowadays, it's a little bit, I think at some point they became too referential on the kind of humor they do. Because it's not like the internet didn't notice it. Like, the whole internet kind of noticed the form of humor that they specialize in, to the point where it can be memed. Once you can meme the kind of humor that we have, that's kind of when you realize, oh yeah, we're kind of a predictable universe
Once it
of storytelling.
became clear that the Marvel formula was in fact a formula that you could pin down beat by beat, then
Exactly.
yeah, you started seeing it everywhere. It stopped being enjoyable.
Especially now when it's like, when they talk about how, oh, this character is so serious, you don't want to bother this character. This character is like the toughest thing. And then the character arrives, and it's like, oh, okay, stupid Marvel humor. It's pretty dumb. This character is not hard at all. They're actually a pretty soft character, and it's just part of the joke.
Yeah,
But
that
I
expectation
think the thing could have
subversion.
been more scary, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just I don't know where this is gonna go. It's what has me fucking like worried for like Doomsday and shit. We used to be all Marvel would have to do was announce a movie and there was hype. Just announce that, oh yeah, in 2019 we're gonna have Avengers Infinity War Part 2, and everybody lost their shit. Now it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have yeah.
Why were we so obsessed with part twos back then?
I, I think it's because of Harry Potter. Because if you remember, Deathly Hallows just
Was
split. Because Deathly Hallows was split into two parts, and that made like a fuck ton of money.
Was not also Twilight?
Yeah,
New Moon
yeah.
Part.
Twilight also split into two parts because they were copying the Harry Potter thing. Because Breaking Dawn is just one book. A lot of franchises started doing this thing of let's split one story into two parts. That way we can double the money.
50 Shades.
50 Shades was just three stories. So yeah, three stories, three movies. So that's that. It was Twilight, Harry Potter, and The Hunger Games. Yeah, and them Divergent movies. Except Divergent made a big mistake by splitting the shit into two parts. Cause if you're gonna split your last story into two parts, you have to film the two parts back to back. Their mistake was they filmed part one and then waited on the response to part one to see whether or not they would film part two. And part one didn't make all that much money. So it was like, okay, financially, it does not make sense for us to make a part two. So they just shit canned the series then and there. The series ends on a cliffhanger.
Wow, like intentionally not because they didn't want to shut out for more.
Yeah,
Damn, that's so brutal, man. Like they pretty much Zack Snyder that like director or whatever.
pretty much. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Even Superman got Zack Snyder.
Yeah, but with Zack, there was like extenuating circumstances and shit. You know, that's its own
Yeah, with
thing.
with with Summer Snyder.
Autumn, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
ironic.
unfortunate. But yeah, with the DCEU, if do you believe that if they had just let Snyder do his thing, that things would have turned out okay? If they had just waited until he'd like come back to finish the movie proper, wouldn't be where we are now.
Ooh, Dana, that's a tough call. They already weren't winning after Man of Steel. It wasn't a good. It wasn't a good pilot launch, even though, it was a very like one thing you should know. When the most likable character ever is divisive, that's when you know you're in trouble. I'm so sorry, but it's the truth. When the most likable character on Earth is subversive, like completely from people, if he is like like there's no way that Spider-Man makes people wonder. I don't know if I like him. I don't know if I like him. I don't know if he's Spider-Man enough. The only person people say that about is like Andrew, because he was replacing Toby. But by the time Tom, came along and stuff, people didn't have that classism anymore. People didn't have that devout loyalty, devotion for actors anymore. In terms of only this can be my Spider-Man. No Spider-Man will ever do. Tom Holland didn't deal with that. Andrew did. But like you see those fan attitudes and you see what they are now, people don't really care as much as we did. We used to, but now it's like, no, everyone's fine. Everyone is politically correct now. No one wants to upset the masses.
Yeah. I think largely the decision to make Man of Steel. Thing is, I like Man of Steel. It is my favorite Superman movie. It's not the best Superman in terms of comic book accuracy and whatnot, but it is a good Superman movie in the sense of the tone that they were
It's
going
not a
for.
good Superman movie to me. It's just a good movie. Not Superman movie though, but it's a good movie.
Uh,
Like if that Superman movie can be replaced, like if you can just remove the fact that he's Superman and just make him Power Man, like a man with power. Boom. Story about a man with power sent to Earth as a child, and it's just a story about him being cool and awesome, and then not compassionate and kind and hopeful and awe-inspiring. Just man. If you make this in the Boys universe, I fucking love that.
so
I call
basically,
him Marvel.
Hancock. If this was Hancock, you'd be alright.
Exactly. Like you do that. I'll call it one of the best indie superhero movies of all time. Out like not top 5, top 3. No, the best. Better than Kick-Ass. Better than better than Spider-Man, because that's
Okay.
like corporate, not
So
indie.
so if
I
this
call
was
it one of those
just
movies.
Will
But
Smith
they
in
don't
Hancock
spend the
2,
line.
this would have worked.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not Hancock 2, but maybe Hancock 1, like what, 0.5. Like, show us the point he got, where he wound up in a movie theater in what, 1912 or whatever, watching Frankenstein. Show us up to there. Show us what he was doing. Show us how he even got there. Show us his descent from Earth. If they're truly angels from heaven or just angels in a general sense of godhood. Show us that stuff. That's pretty much Krypton. I don't mind that. That's Krypton. All that stuff with Zod. Zod is like the first. Zod is the first boyfriend since they were ever together. Because think about it, they broke up ages ago. This Hancock guy and the girl. If they broke up ages ago, if they broke up in 1912, right? How many years has she dated different guys? Guess what? Zod is the first guy she ever dated. Boom. Since the husband. You already have your villain. And boom, he just so happens to have powers because he's also from your homeworld or whatever. He's also an angel. Boom. Bam. Guess what? He's the Archangel Michael. Wow. Bam. Boom. Who knows? Random shit on the fly. Sounds like a killer movie already. Superman movie? Hell no. Movie? Yes. Movie. Horrible Supes movie.
Yeah.
These are my honest thoughts.
All right. In terms of as a launching point for the DCEU, I do agree that Man of Steel doesn't work. as a launching point for the universe, but it works as its own movie.
Its own movie in the DCEU, not as its own movie. Me, it doesn't work as anything other than just a good movie.
Different strokes for different folks. But the decision to make, I
Indeed.
I think everything started falling apart when, rather than make Man of Steel 2 or give Batman his own solo movie to debut in, they decided to just mesh the two and give us BVS. Right there is where everything started to go wrong.
That's because
Cause
and because
yeah,
of Civil War news.
yeah, you can't jump from Iron Man straight to Civil War, and in Civil War now we introduce Captain America. Now we introduce
Their
like
biggest problem is
yeah,
that their second movie coincided with Marvel's like penultimate. Like we already had the Avengers, and they haven't been back since Age of Ultron. They haven't been back since Age of Ultron, and now we're bringing them back in their own like ensemble movie because that movie is supposed to be an ensemble movie at first, and then they stripped it some more. You still have a lot of Avengers, but suddenly Hulk is gone because obviously now he's not he's basically too expensive. They don't want to hire Ruffalo. They don't want to pay him, so they say, you know what? We'll pluck you out of the movie. That's Mark Ruffalo plus CGI down. You're saved. You've saved that. Some keep you no Hulk. What else do you have? Well, do we really need big bad like a big bad villain? No, that's too expensive. Who could you do? Loki? No, Loki's gone. Remember, but he's still alive. But also, we don't want to hire Hiddleston. Bam, strip it away. So now you're left with okay, maybe they can fight each other. Oh, that's not bad. Hey, isn't that like Civil War? Ooh, or office claps. Stupidness. However, I mean, it did work. It did work. I know I am knocking the movie, but it did work.
I still say it was too soon. Like it is
But
way too soon to be breaking up the
I,
Avengers.
yeah, yeah. I think you know what? I think Infinity War shouldn't have held the fact that they've broken up. They shouldn't have held it to a higher regard. It should have been like, oh well, they got back together, but they still haven't forgotten. They know where they stand with each other, but they got back together. This whole thing of being apart and being separate, yeah, it was good for the plot, but ultimately not logical. Because look at the X Men. A lot of the X Men don't get, they don't really get along, but they're still the same team, so
Fuck
they
the
all
same
good.
team. They all live in the same house. They don't get
You
along, but
know,
they can still live in the same house.
so this whole thing of Avengers breaking up, boo 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 boo. They're all just a bunch of big babies. Hulk wouldn't have given a fuck, but he's too expensive. You can't even put him. Hulk and Thor are the most logical. Thor's like an Asgardian god, like in terms of Earth years, he's thousands of years old. His logic supersedes us. Thor's not gonna feel bad or be on some BS. Thor's gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is the problem? Who gives a shit? Hulk too. Like, I don't see the problem. You guys wanna fight me? I'll fight you. Like, where's the beef? Pick on someone your own size. They wouldn't have cared in the Civil War of sorts. It had to be people who
Yeah, but the thing with
it
the
had to have been people who would have
yeah,
been on either side.
especially with the Accords. So it's like you can't really put Thor on either side of the Accords because like, why would he give a fuck?
Exactly, he doesn't give. Thor is a god. Like he has no. Oh, do you have jurisdiction? No, nigga. I literally guarded your world for 1,000 years. You niggas are young, okay? I'm your god, nigga. I'm the fucking Norse god. Put some respect on my name. I'm fucking ancient, nigga. I party with Tutankhamun. Y'all niggas need to respect me. I'm Thor Odinson, motherfucker. You gotta imagine how many niggas Thor has met. How many people have derived wisdom from Thor himself? Thor is a Norse god. He's responsible for so much. For their calendar, I guess, for one. But, if we take his feats to be actual truth, then, Thor is pretty fucking up there. And this whole thing with Endgame now, people apparently are saying it's teasing Rune King Thor. That would be pretty awesome. But people are saying that it's teasing it, and I'm not sure. And they're only saying that because he's speaking to the All-Father. And he's asking him to grant him strength one last time and fight for the greater good, and because he has a daughter, and. So now they're saying that we're teasing Rune King. I'm saying, hey, you guys are so dramatic. I don't know. I think
Thor is, oh, he's different now. Like, oh, because of that teaser and shit. They thought, oh, we're getting Thor versus the God Butcher. Like this, and the third.
like his armor's so special. His armor looks so cool. Nope.
It doesn't.
It's just a fucking different armor. Like, it's fucking ugly nano. It's like his Guardian nano armor. It's bullshit.
Yep. It's the weird, like, Wolverine ears that he had on the side that, like, stuck out. I mean, you saw that shit, and we both agree that was dumb. That is a toy. That is that whole armor they had him wearing, the blue and the gold and shit, that is straight up a toy. That was made just to sell toys. Because he immediately takes the shit off. He immediately takes that helmet off his head.
Disney was market baiting.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were just market baiting us. And obviously Disney won. Guess what Disney wants? Disney's like Diddy. Just very predatory.
Yeah. It's just... shit. I don't think we've ever seen Thor wear a helmet till that movie. He had one in the first movie, but he had it with, like, one scene.
Since his early movies and certain flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flashbacks in animation, yeah. He's definitely wearing helmets. Especially like the What If shows and whatever. He's definitely always in helmets.
We can't take any of that seriously.
Damn shit.
Again, one scene. It's like, I don't know. It's like this weird thing that movies do where, no, we have to show the actor's face. We need to sell the movie. Yeah. Like, bruh.
But like, the actor looks like. Now you need to imagine the character you watch. I think movies are best done and TV shows are best done and driven when they are driven by the look of their character over the power set of the character that they are. We would have so much more justice if that were the case. But no, we're lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy, right?
The studios think that the movie is sold based on who's in it rather than what it's about.
Exactly. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Oh, man. It's unfair, I tell you.
Yeah.
It's very unfair.
It's kind of like with it's a miracle that have you heard of V for Vendetta?
I think I've watched it, but you know when you watch a movie in different flashes throughout your life?
Yeah, the Guy Fawkes mask?
Maybe like you catch it on ETV when like you're 12 and like and you're like, ooh,
Yeah. Okay, that movie and a movie like Dread, like Carl Urban's Dread. It's a miracle those movies got made.
The one that was filmed in South Africa as well.
Yeah. That movie, it's a miracle that movie's that good. Cause bruh, the way if it were made today, he would have taken that helmet off 10 minutes in. His face would be all over the fucking posters and shit.
It's super big. Urban is very big right now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's funny though, Carl Urban is very big right now, but he's not necessarily a leading man, but he's very big. He's very big right now. It's the same thing with Anthony Starr. I think Anthony Starr suffers from scary man syndrome. That's his biggest issue. Like, he just looks scary. So most people just cast him in the, heinous of roles. Hey, guess what? You're Eobard Thawne. Hey, guess what? You're Jeffrey Dahmer. Hey, guess what? You're a rapist. Hey, guess what? You're a murderer. Hey, guess what? You're a kidnapper, murderer, arsonist, villain, universe breaker, bullshit, horrible man, worst man in history. He's cast as the worst roles every single time. Because he looks scary.
Yeah.
That's just his life.
It's just, especially when he's just sitting there not saying anything. He looks creepy as fuck.
That he had like one bad case where he had a fight in, I think, Australia or was it Hawaii? I don't know, but he had a physical fight and he was fighting niggas and like he was drunk.
Oh yeah. I remember reading about that. I made a joke about it because like he was in like he fought a chef. The dude he fought turned out to be a chef. I remember I posted like, "Damn, was the food that bad, y'all?" Shit, man.
Yeah, dude. So that nigga, he can be volatile in real life, so you gotta watch out for him. Gotta watch out for him.
But at the same time, he could be the nicest man on earth. But if you saw him in a movie playing the nicest guy in the whole movie, you'd spend the whole movie waiting like, okay, when's he gonna snap? Like when's he gonna lose his shit and like try to kill everybody on scene? Like, you know.
I think his best role is people say he's from Banshee. I've never watched
Yeah.
Banshee in my life.
Oh, it's great,
I've
man.
seen clips. I've seen clips of Banshee on like TikTok, but I myself have never watched that show.
Have you seen the one with the albino dude?
I hear that it's very good, Banshee.
It's great,
Especially
dude.
if you watch it before you watch The Boys.
Oh yeah. I saw it like I saw it when it was like it had like that HBO pop up channel. I watched like season 1 to 3. It's fantastic. Have you seen that clip with Anthony Starr and that albino dude? This shit is
I think I have. That's crazy.
that guy, man. That dude gave me the creeps. I was like, what the fuck? This like 6 foot jacked albino motherfucker. And I'm like, what the actual fuck, bro? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Cause he was in okay, so check this, right? So his character's in prison. And so he's like, it's this typical shit of this big motherfucker walks up to him, right, with his like prison bitch by his side, and he's like, you can like, life can be a lot easier in here if you got friends, I can be your friend, shit like that. And
Damn.
yeah, on some shit like that. And he tells like the dude, see, the dude he's got like his prison bitch, he's like, this guy before he came in here, he was straight, prom king, he had his whole life ahead of him. And the whole time he's like stroking this dude's head. He's like a pet with this guy. And I'm just like, fuck, dude. What did he do to this guy?
That's some nasty business.
Bruh, man, like,
Damn.
he straight up, like, he shows him, to give him an idea what being his friend would look like, he basically gives this dude to Anthony Starr's character for, like, like, go off and do what you gotta do. To know, like, if you're friends with me, you'll get some of that. He basically sells him a piece of ass. So, like, nah. So, Anthony Starr's character ain't feeling that. So, he takes this, like, makeshift shank and he, like, stabs the dude in the face. And he gets locked up in solitary for, like, a couple of months. Okay, whatever. You don't want to be out here with the rest of them. You want to be locked up by yourself. Cool. Makes sense. Until he gets out. All those months later. And then the first dude waiting for him when he gets out of there is the big albino dude and his like prison bitch. And you see his big bandage on the side of his face. And he's standing like, bro, like what you did was basically a hate crime. Like,
Wow.
like it gets worse. Bro, it gets fucking worse. Like he tells him like, yeah, you're gonna have to like, cause he stabbed him in the face, dude. The big selling point for that guy was that he was a pretty looking dude. And now he ain't so pretty, so he ain't feeling him no more. And he's like, you're gonna have to make it up for me. So he tells him to get down on his knees. And he's like, so if I do this, like we're clear? Like there's no between us, there's like no beef between us. And he tells him like, it'll be a start. And bruh, the dude actually like takes off his overalls and you see the shit drop and like you see him like go down on the dude and the fucking albino's guy's eyes roll back and then you just hear ah, and you see him, the film cuts and he's like holding on to his groin and he's falling backwards and Anthony starts spitting up blood. It's like what the fuck, he bit this dude's dick off. Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Like
That's crazy.
The actual fuck, like I saw that shit. At first, I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" But after a while, I was laughing because, like, wait, what the fuck? Really?
Wow.
Really, man? God damn, dude, that show was wild, bro. That show was insane. I give so much props to shows like Banshee, man. That shit would. You speak about shows that wouldn't exist today. That shit would not exist today. Cause shows today are too worried about making their heroes unlikable. That motherfucker was unlikable as fuck. But you still rooted for him cause he was going up against worse dudes. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I
Crazy
mean,
stuff.
yeah, he stabbed a dude in the face. Yeah, he bit a guy's dick off. But he ain't no rapist. At least he ain't no rapist. Like, that's saying something. But yeah, that's the shit. But when dude became Homelander, I did not recognize him. I watched 3 seasons of Banshee and I did not recognize that was him until the credits came up. It's like, wait, really? This dude? Like shit. But yeah, man, he killed it. Like in those first couple seasons, you generally bought this motherfucker as this menacing force of at any moment he could just swoop down and kill everybody.
Mm.
Yeah, but it kind of solves like the Superman problem. The problem with like making a Superman movie is that Superman is a Boy Scout, and he's basically what some he's aspirational, he's heroic, and all this shit, but he's perfect. That's the thing that kind of makes the character boring. If the character's boring, if the character's perfect, he becomes boring because there's really no test of his morals. There's really no like there's no way to test him in a physical way either because he's so strong, and there's not much you can do with a character that's I don't want to say holier than thou, but like he's just so above petty squabbles that normal characters would have to like be faced with, you know, which is why a character like Homelander works because he's evil Superman. Hey, what if someone had all these Superman powers, but he was a dick? You can do a lot with that. There's so many stories. It's why the Injustice, stories took off. It's why like Superman Red Sun or all these stories where Superman broke bad and turned evil. That's why we get a lot of stories like that because you kind of hit a wall when you have like the big blue Boy Scout just going about his day saving people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah. Good.
in terms of
Mm.
yeah, I wanted to discuss like the fucking Superman. But have you seen Fantastic Four? The first steps.
Yeah, I watched it with my girl when it first came out. And then I watched it again with her when you were able to get a bigger screen at the pavilion. But we did watch it at Suncoast. And then you watch Suncoast is so disappointing. It was a very tiny screen at Suncoast. I don't know what kind of cinema it is. What is Cineline? Whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes,
Horrible.
sin or something. Yeah.
Horrible, horrible, horrible. I mean, we watched the movie there. It was fine. Tiny screen, tiny stairs, assortments. Like, you could just feel that it's like a corner. There's like 90 seats. It's tiny shit.
What would you rate the movie if you had to like give First Steps a rating in comparison to like the other movies? How would you rate it?
Okay. As a movie, I'll give it a 7.8. That's as honest as I can take it because I feel like the movie had strong legs at the beginning. It was doing a lot. It was telling us a lot. It was telling us how awesome they are, how fantastical they are. They're fighting gorillas and and robots, and they're so adept, and they're so futuristic. They have a flying car, and they're super duper. And then they time skip, and then bam, okay, Susan's pregnant, baby's coming. Is it coming now? When? But like in between that time, they don't really do a lot of action and stuff. They just talk like it's a sitcom, and I don't like that. Like, Why are you guys just talking in the kitchen? Fucking fight the mole man, like motherfucking, throw dukes up with Ben Grimm. Like, let's fight, like, let's actually throw down, you know.
Yeah, it
Give,
does feel like the story
give
does
me,
slow
give me
down.
the 1960s Howard Stark Iron Man suit. Come on, where is he? Give me some action. Give me some wows. Give me some wowment. They didn't wow us. Give me some wowment. Like, oh, okay, cool. They're just going to conferences. Oh, look, one of the podiums of the clock says Latveria. Ooh, that's so interesting. Not really. We don't even fucking see Victor. That's stupid. It doesn't really matter if you guys leave a plug there for Latveria.
You
Doesn't
know he
matter.
ain't
We don't
gonna
even
show
see
up.
Victor. We don't even see his silhouette. Like, maybe like his hair. Or just, we don't even see him in the cape.
We just see a hood at the end in like the post credit scene when he goes to see
Yeah,
Franklin.
yeah. When he finds Franklin Richards in the multiverse, that's apparently RDJ underneath there. Fine. I mean, RDJ will be the first actor to portray Doctor Doom in a prominent setting, I suppose. Because Doom's only ever been a movie villain, like in a very small movie. Now Doom is becoming like a multiversal villain. That's pretty big, But also, the people are still mad at this costume. He's not Romani, he's not tall, he's not buff, he's not Chad looking. This is RDJ, by the way.
I
Because
mean,
basically
to
what
be
you
fair, like Julian McMahon in the first Fantastic Four movie back in the 2000s wasn't exactly buff. But he did pretty good with what he was given, I mean.
I told you, McMahon.
I don't know. I mean,
That's what you think he is.
I don't know, man. He's about the same height as
Is,
Eoin Grufford. Like, he's tall
is
enough.
he, okay, is he 6 foot?
I
Is
guess,
he
man.
6 suppose? Okay, now tell me this. Is Robert Downey Jr., is RDJ 6 foot?
No.
Exactly. How tall is RDJ?
I don't know, man. He's 5 foot something. I know he's shorter than Val Kilmer. Because I saw them, like, standing next to each other, and
You
he's
know
like,
what's funny? You know what's pretty funny?
what?
RDJ is your height.
Ooh.
Robert Downey Jr., he's your height. He's 5'7".
I mean,
Okay.
that's not inherently a negative. I mean,
Moonlight is Kanye West, Kid Cudi, Big Sean. Hey, a lot of these black guys. Common. Okay, no, I'm lying. Common's a little bit taller. I think Common is
yeah.
like 6'2". Yeah. But 5'7" is like their average sometimes. But yeah. And then every other one is like at least 6 foot. People were expecting like a 6'2" Doctor Doom. Instead, he played by a 5'7" actor who's wearing boots and stilts to make himself look bigger. Have you ever noticed that Tony Stark has these big ass shoes in Ant-Man movies?
I just.
It's a big
No, wait. No, I remember
ass
something about, they had him on, like, these raised platforms in Avengers. In the first Avengers movie, there was, like. Because they were all standing
Yeah.
on different levels in, like, the helicarrier and shit. Like,
Like he had to look 6'1"
yeah.
at least.
Cause he had that. Cause you remember he had that scene with Captain America where they were eye to eye. It would be.
And they put him in Buzzer Buzzers. They put him in Goomba Goomba.
Hey,
They put him in Goomba Goombas, yeah. They put him in like 5-inch stiletto ass sneakers. It was crazy looking. It was real crazy looking.
yeah, but they filmed from
That's
like
the
the
only
waist
problem.
up, so you'd have to see like the onset
Uh,
photos to see the whole thing. So like, yeah,
exactly. It's chai, man.
it wouldn't have worked
But
for the
yeah,
scene if fucking
now
Captain America was looking down on him literally.
exactly because Chris Evans is 6 foot. Uh, dude, even Anthony Mackie is 5'11". even Anthony Mackie is taller. Sebastian Stan, same thing, 5'11", 6 foot. Black Panther, same thing. Chadwick Boseman is 6 foot. MPJ is 6 foot. It was the standard. Like, it was the standard. Man, hell, even I could do it. I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot, 85 kgs. Even I could do it. Like, that's how easy you qualify. You just gotta be 6 foot and the perfect character. RDJ did not ever fit that bill. So intake inzip back. They'll never accept him as anything but an eccentric Tony Stark, who still suffers from middleman syndrome, something that Stark should not inherit.
Yeah, but it worked, and when it did, in like Iron Man 1, 2, and the Avengers movies, it just, yeah. But hey, it is what it is. Like with comparing this incarnation of, what do you think about the Silver Surfers? Comparing Shia LaBeouf to Lawrence Fishburne in Rise of the Silver Surfer, how would you compare the two?
Are you talking about um, the two incarnations?
Yeah, because the in First Steps is Julia Garner, in Rise of the Silver Surfer it was Lawrence Fishburne. So like
Yeah.
comparing the two,
I thought at some point you would have reference to actual Silver, but it doesn't seem like we did get any. So, I mean, seemingly, it seems like on the same planet, in another universe, they picked this teacher lady who became a Silver Surfer, and in another universe, in his own universe, or even in the same universe, maybe different time periods. And then in another time period, he got picked. Maybe in an earlier time period, even who knows. But given that it's a Silver and Galactus from the '60s, this might be the first Silver Surfer Herald. And then eventually they got the name. Because I don't see why he shouldn't be in the '60s. I don't see why he shouldn't be around by Earth's 1960s. So maybe he came super late in the timeline.
because
Like
Galactus
he can,
in the comics
like
has had more than one Herald. It wasn't just Norrin Rad.
yeah. So he'll probably pop up like as like a new one, like now, like how again the X-Men, like the X-Men are popping up now. But you'll know that he's been the Herald for years at least,
Yeah,
and the X-Men have always been here for years at least. They'll do that typical Marvel juju. Everything will make sense.
he
But
definitely. If Galactus does reappear, he's definitely gonna need a new Herald, cause with Shalabal turning on him and like launching him into that wormhole they opened up, it goes against what happens in the comics, because in the comics, like Norrin Rad, like yeah, he turns on Galactus, and then like Galactus strands him on Earth and like bars him from leaving, and that's how he becomes like the Marvel hero, the Silver Surfer. So with her going with him through that wormhole, that can't happen now, because they're wherever the fuck they are in space. So it's like
yeah,
there's gonna be a new Silver Surfer at some point. Julia Garner was just a one-off, it seems.
yep, yeah, exactly. So that's just gonna happen. Like that's just the reality of it. But I guess we keep waiting that people's main thing that they want specifically is they want a Beyonder and they want a tribunal. And the thing is, right, when it comes to a living tribunal, that might be a costly performance since require 4 different actors to simultaneously talk and act and promote amongst each other. That might be a difficult one to stage and manage, and basically execute as something, as a process during production. I don't see it happening. Just think about it practically. 4 different actors on the same face. How do they coordinate that?
They kind of, they kind of did that in. I know it's animated, but they kind of did that in Adventure Time with like Glob, Grob, and Gob. I think their names are. But
but it was the same voice actor. It was Pendleton.
Yeah. But still,
I think the authors, they're gonna say Bryan Cranston. They're gonna say Idris Elba. Fuck it. They're gonna say Tom Cruise, right? Fuck it. They're gonna say Tom Cruise, and then they're gonna have Peter Cullen, and then their budget's gonna go kablam. How many budgets have? Because this is the voices they have. So you're not gonna get far at all. You're not gonna get far at all. You know what I mean?
yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
It happens, the bigger names you cast, the more money you gotta spend. But with in terms of like shit, like Fantastic Four, you said like it got really. I'll agree that it does slow down in the middle. Not a lot happens after Franklin is born. Not much happens because they're back on Earth now, and they gotta prepare for the coming of Galactus, which feels like it takes forever. I'll admit, it does feel like it takes forever for Galactus to show up. Like, how is it the Fantastic Four have the ability to like create wormholes and travel through space in like a matter of seconds, but Galactus takes months to show up? And this is definitely months because they had to build all those like platforms for the plan to like teleport the Earth, which is insane. If you stop and think about it even for a little bit, that plan of moving the Earth is fucking insane.
It is, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. But even okay, so they have everything ready to go. Another thing that also bothered me, how the fuck did Silver Surfer know what they were up to? Cause she shows up and immediately starts destroying all those teleporters. She knows exactly where they are and she blows the fuck out of all of them except the one in New York. How the fuck did she have any idea what was going on? That makes no sense. She just shows up and knows immediately I know exactly where to go and blow the fuck out of these teleporters because I know what y'all are up to. How? Where the fuck did you even come from? How did you get here? Like,
intricate criminal network, baby. Who knows? It's the intricate criminal network.
Like, the actual fuck. How did you get here before Galactus? Weren't y'all riding the same ship? Like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know. The movie, it felt like the movie needed to just artificially raise the stakes. So they just had Silver Surfer show up, blow up all these teleporters, and then leave. Like,
yeah, you see, I don't personally, she could blow up a newspaper company, and I wouldn't give a fuck. Why are we doing this? This is not important to me. I don't care about what she does. In this shit bag. I don't care. This is not important to me. Go to the fucking White House. Do something important. I don't give a fuck about this place. That's how I feel about it, honestly. That's literally how I feel about it. That's how I feel about her destruction.
yeah.
I don't think.
There was that chase. Like, I will give props to, like, that chase where, like, also, how the fuck did she get out of a black hole? Like, Seriously, the actual fuck is what is this fuckery? Like, cause you remember like
she's universal.
this ship makes no fucking sense. They get chased right near a fucking sun. Close enough to a sun that it should be pulling them, but it doesn't. And not only that, like they suck this woman into a black hole and she gets out of that? Like
Think of this, Biani. She's Super Saiyan God level. She's Super Saiyan God level. Yeah. Super powerful. She's Super Saiyan God level. Think about it though. Super Saiyan God.
oh shit, man. It just hey. It's still man, like for fuck's sakes, dude. This shit I shouldn't be watching the movie and getting mad when a character does cool shit. Cause I'm sitting there thinking, okay, how the did you do that? How did you do that? That is not possible. You should not be able to do that. Isn't the whole point of a fucking black hole is that it sucks shit in and nothing can escape? And yet they're like, nah, it'll just hold her there for a month at least. Like, how do you know that? It's a black hole. If the moment she got sucked into that black hole, she should have been gone. Like, well, we don't have to worry about her anymore. And but like, nah, she'll just be in there for like a month.
Yeah, they're tanking universes. I keep telling you. These are big powerhouses. They're tanking universes. They're tanking universal gravitational pull. Universal.
I don't know, man. It's just
Standard.
it's ridiculousness, man. Just you can't have the whole movie based in fucking science, and then be like, yeah, but we're dealing with
Just
beings like, you know.
it just to be clear, Omni-man is not universal. He's not even planetary. Omni-man was gonna get ripped apart by that black hole. It was suicide. He was not gonna escape. He was not gonna escape it. People keep saying, "Oh, he was coasting comfortably on the black hole, holding his gravity until he decided to swim in." No, he was gonna get ripped apart. He's not coming back from the black hole. He was literally about to kill himself. Saving that bug lady literally saved his life. He was not gonna come out of it. These niggas can't even destroy a planet at their peak. At their peak strength. They cannot individually destroy a planet. It takes 3 of their strongest best to destroy a planet that is barely bigger than Earth. It's ridiculous. They're not strong at all. But people see this animation thing of him floating alongside the black hole, coasting, just because he wasn't sucked in Looney Tunes style instantaneously. They think he was holding his gravity, standing in front of it like a champion, and deciding to let go of on his gravity when he decided to bullshit. No. He was just super far away. Black holes are huge. The fact that it looked like a small Jupiter to him meant that he was super far away. He was not close by any regard. He was not close. It was still starting to pull him in. That shit was gonna rip him apart though. It was gonna kill him. It was gonna murder him. It was gonna pull apart his filthy little Viltrumite body that can't even bust a planet like Super Saiyan Goku. He's a bitch. He would have died. People need to realize that. Number one, first and foremost, we need to reconcile that. That's not a scale feat. He was just far away. He was gonna get fucked up. He was gonna die. It was guaranteed suicide. 100% full stop. No coming back. End of story. But yeah, I want to debunk that scaling feat before things ever get out of hand. Omni-man is low moon, high, small, planetary. But that's why it needs 3 Viltrumites to destroy a Earth-sized domain. When it took Roshi, right? It took Dragon Ball Roshi, right? Dragon Ball Roshi, Dragon Ball Piccolo Diamond, and Dragon Ball Goku, and destroy the moon. Those are moon busters. Those are small planetary busters already.
Man, Cell can destroy a moon. Remember when he self-destructed and Kami's planet went boom?
Exactly. is guaranteed moonbuster feats. These niggas is Ultralights, bro. Roshi would absolutely do the worst to conquest. I mean, Roshi these days, obviously.
Okay, don't go too far now.
Roshi these days is like, no bullshit. Roshi these days is at least Super Saiyan God Goku. 100%. 100%, yeah.
Nah, okay, now you're reaching, man. Now you're
Yeah,
reaching.
listen.
You're reaching, man.
Listen, man. Tournament of Power. No one in the Tournament of Power is weaker than Cell. We have to reconcile that. You can't tell me we're dealing with Frieza opponents in a TOP. No. I do not accept that answer. That cop-out answer. There are strong people in the universe. We're led to believe these are the peak of the peak of the peak of the peak in every respectable universe. I don't want to hear from anyone the bullshit that we have Frieza opponents in the TOP. We're dealing with Cell and Margin being plus. People need to realize that Krillin, TOP Krillin, Super Krillin. I don't even want to touch manga Yamcha. Okay, that's ridiculous. He's boundless. Krillin in the TOP Super anime. Krillin is at least Super Saiyan God level or Super Saiyan 3 Goku at the start of Resurrection F. He is at least Super Saiyan 3 Goku / Super Saiyan God Goku. Pre base absorb. So that's a distinction.
Okay, hold up.
Because
I'll give you that. I will give you that Krillin is up there.
Modern day God Goku is pretty much a God Goku who already had God absorbed in base, stacked on top of a new God. So that's kind of crazy. I'm talking about initial God. That's Krillin. Initial God. That's like Yamcha these days. That's manga Yamcha. Manga Yamcha is God Goku, 100%.
I will give you that Krillin is Super Saiyan 3 level. Like a straight up 1-to-1, him and Goku Super Saiyan 3, yeah. He could hold it there.
God.
But to put him up there with God level, the level that went toe to toe with Beerus. Fucking Beerus, man. The level that went toe to toe with Beerus. Come on.
The movie is talking about 70% no. He wasn't even using 1% of his power. The movie makes it seem as if he was going 7% all out. But that was a lie to get Goku excited. Nigga wasn't even trying at all. And we actually see that in the post-credits of the movie. After the credits come through and the Asian letters start to cover the screen. It's literally in the movie that he wasn't even trying at all. That 70% was to encourage Goku. But in reality, he wasn't even trying. He wasn't even trying. So it's not pure strength at all.
But still, man.
It's definitely power.
I can see that because with Krillin, he almost beat Cell. Before Vegeta came and fucked it up, Krillin almost beat Cell. Right away, that was way back when, during the Cell Saga. Clearly his power's grown since then. But even way back when, Krillin almost pieced up Cell. And right at that level, you could put him up there with fucking Super Saiyan level 3 Goku. Even though he wasn't there yet. But you could put him up there with them. Clearly it's grown since then. But God level? Come on now. We starting to reach here. Because to even reach God level, you gotta bring a whole bunch of Saiyans together and get that power combined, man. To even reach that.
Yeah. Think about this, Biane. Cell during the Cell Saga, right? And Krillin during the Cell Saga. Krillin had just gone from... Krillin obviously had gotten his potential released alongside Gohan. And then that caused the both of them to have a power level surge. Krillin, I think, capped off at around maybe 250k, 350k. Basically, he became around first form Frieza level, Krillin, as just a base power level. Tien, Roshi, Yamcha, they weren't too far behind him after that. But Krillin is still the strongest Earthling. And that means that he's still the one who has the highest power level, but definitely God level.
Hey, I don't know, man. I would disagree, but that's just my opinion. From what I've seen, from TOP and Cell Saga and Majin Buu Saga and all that, I'm not gonna disagree that Krillin is definitely up there with the Super Saiyans. I'm just saying putting him on, cause he's a human. He's still human. He's not a Saiyan. He can't go Super Saiyan, but he can. He does have like crazy power levels. I'll give him that. And that Destructo Disc is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's all I got to say on that. So
Okay, so where do you put Krillin right now? Mind you, we have never seen the Moro arc. I've read it, I read the manga. You have to realize the power levels are operating on in the Moro arc. We have to.
would you
Moro
say?
arc,
Would you say, given what
Moro,
we've seen in
yeah.
Tournament of Power, would you say that Krillin is on the same level as the androids, or is he above that?
Let me say this. Moro arc Yamcha is slapping around Bergamo. He's slapping him around silly. You understand? Moro arc Yamcha. He's slapping around Bergamo like Goku did to Frieza. He's slapping him.
Eh. On the subject of Frieza, to this day, I said it way back when. We even talked about this way back. I still say to this day, the concept of Golden Frieza does not make sense. It
I
what?
don't know, too. I feel like it should have been his. I feel like they should have done an ode to his brother Kula in the movie by making a new form and have that new form the same form as Kula's form that you saw him in,
Yeah.
and have a subsequent bigger form. Because Kula's supposed to be a form after Frieza, then he turns a form after that as well. So we should have had that be Frieza's forms, not these different colorways like it's fucking Fortnite. But so team.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Even you could tell that they sort of didn't know what to do with the transformations after like Super Saiyan God level because when that's when we started getting like Super Saiyan Rose. What even is that though? I mean, yeah, it's a transformation. His power level has gone up, but like aside from pink hair, what else you got? You look pretty much the same. At least back in the day of like Super Saiyan 2 and 3, there would be some kind of visual change to show like, oh, he's all beefed up now, or his hair's crazy.
What it is it's Super Saiyan Blue with the aura of an actual deity in its soul, in its DNA. It mixes with Saiyan genealogy and makes red key instead of blue. It's stupid shit, really.
I'm not a fan of that name either. Super Saiyan Rose. Like just nah. I'm not feeling that. But anyway, on the subject of Super Saiyan, before we move on, do you think Super Saiyan 4 should be canon? I remember I had this discussion with Muhammad, but in your opinion, should Super Saiyan 4 be canon?
Yes, but they need to have found it recently. This whole bullshit of Daima. I really don't like Daima for the canon. I really don't.
Well, all right.
Right.
Yeah.
Saying four. But it needs to be discovered now. It needs to be a new discovery.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to scale the characters down so that they can go from Super Saiyan 4 to go to Super Saiyan 4, because how would you explain them going from Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan God, and then, like, above that, after that is Super Saiyan 4? No, they'd have to, like, backtrack somehow, but that's neither here nor there. Back to, like, fucking Fantastic and thing. I liked this version of Galactus. He was I like that he was comic accurate, you know. I like that they just embraced his comic look and they had him like stomping around the city, and they didn't make him a giant space cloud.
Yep. Mm. You're always winning if you make them not a space cloud. That's the best start.
Yeah. The decision to make him the explanation was they didn't want to have a 50-foot man in like a pink and purple costume. I'm like, bro, we wanted that. That's what we wanted to see. That's how he looks in the comics. So to like just have him be, it's like making him a space cloud doesn't make sense because Silver Surfer's story makes no sense now. Because with Galactus in its original form, Galactus came down and like spoke to people like, hey, I'm Galactus, whatever, I'm here to eat your planet. And Noah Rad communicated with him. But if he's a space cloud, how the fuck do you communicate with a space cloud? How did you even make this deal that you are now bound to with a giant space cloud?
Yeah. It's very sketchy, isn't it?
Uh-huh. It just, I don't know. It was a weird time of the medium of comic book movies wanted to be taken seriously, and to like do that they had to change things and like shed things, but some of the things they changed just made it a lot worse. I don't know. It's bad. There was apparently with Rise of the Silver Surfer, before the MCU, it came out like right before the MCU got rolling. Because initially in the script, the general that Reed spends most of the movie talking to was originally supposed to be Nick Fury. But then, Feige apparently, got in contact with Marvel and they started rolling on the idea of the MCU. And that's when they reached out to Fox and they were like, nah, we got plans. We got plans for Nick Fury. You can't use him in this movie. So he just became generic military general.
Wow. That is, I feel you.
Personally, I don't think it would have improved the movie if, like, that character was Nick Fury. If he was still going to be doing the exact same shit he was doing in the movie and had the exact same ending, it would have made the movie worse. Because that dude dies, like, towards the end of that movie. So, how are you going to introduce Nick Fury in this film and then have him get killed by Doom once he gets the Silver's powers? Like, yeah, it was been a fucked up way to have this character in here. It wouldn't have made a lot of sense. So in a way, it improved the movie not having him in it. But, hey, it is what it is. So, straying from that, I like that First Steps does Galactus right. You actually... There were moments where I'm like, holy shit, are they actually gonna lose? Is that why we see them in the end of Thunderbolts? Are they fleeing a dead universe because they failed to save their world? Like, I was worried, like, oh shit, they might actually lose because, Pedro Pascal was like, in that scene where before they went up, they were like, we will protect you. But when they came back, he was all shook up. And when they asked, like, did you win? And he was like, did we win? Like, he didn't know what to say. And it was like, oh shit, are they actually gonna lose here? Like, do they really fail to save their world? So they just flee to another one with the one teleporter they got left? Is that what happens here? But like, no. Happy ending all around. Galactus is defeated. Which, now raises more questions. Why was the Fantastic Four showing up in 616 at Thunderbolts? Questions we won't get answers to until Doomsday comes up. So, meh.
Yeah, it's pretty strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's the way to connect the universes. Yeah, it's like I don't think it's done like that.
It is definitely not. But yeah, I personally I gave the movie 8 out of 10 in terms of I enjoyed it and I was still reeling from like Fantastic. You remember that fucking train wreck? I'm like, this is way better than Fantastic. Yeah.
It was very, it was very interesting.
Especially the origin of Ben Grimm's catchphrase. Like where he got its clobbering time from. I was like, fuck, really? Like he got its clobbering time from his like it's the shit his abusive brother would say right before he would whoop his ass. Like
Right, legal, dude. That is so. It's pretty brutal.
yeah, that's
Like,
fucked up,
damn.
man. Like really, dude? That's where your catchphrase comes from? And you kept that? Like okay. Okay, man. You do you. Like fucking you do you, Josh Trank. You trying to do your edgy bullshit, whatever. Cause which is fucked up. You know that was a Josh Trank thing, cause the guy who the Fox originally wanted to write the story before like Trank replaced him, his origin for the catchphrase was it was a thing cause like in his draft of the script, Ben Grimm was a baseball player, and like when he was a kid and he would go to step up to the plate, like his dad would like cheer him from the stands and be like, "All right, Ben, let's go. It's clobbering time," which is way better. That's a way better origin, man. Like a word of encouragement your dad would give you right before you went up to do something. Like hell yeah, you'd make that your catchphrase. But this shit, like an abusive brother who just smacks the shit out of him, who's like, "It's clobbering time," pow, smacks the shit out of him. Like, bruh, okay, whatever. But still, man, that movie, man, fuck that guy. Let me just say that, man, fuck Josh Trank. It just that movie did not fail because of studio interference. It failed because it was bad. But yeah. So, in regards to like Fantastic Four and shit, I enjoyed a lot of that movie. There were a lot of things to like about that movie. There was that moment in the middle where they were just talking a lot, and they were like talking amongst themselves, like, "Oh, what do we do? Like, what's the plan going forward? This, that, and the third." But I appreciate that we got to see them